how I doubled my YouTube revenue from this to this with just a few simple settings. Here at Veed, we have 2 monetized channels making over $3,000 every month. But it wasn't always this way. When we first turned on monetization a few years ago, our videos didn't make much at all. But now those same uploads are making up to 3 times more money. And that's because we've developed a specific strategy to make as much revenue as possible from every single video, and you can do the same. Pretty much all of the monetization settings that you need can be found during the upload process. And I've already made an entire video on this channel about how to get as many views as possible by filling out this section correctly. But once you've filled out this first page of info, you'll get taken to the monetization options, which are completely new for 2024. So first of all, we're going to switch monetization to on, which unlocks the rest of the settings. But already there's a catch. If you want to maximize your YouTube earnings, you need to make longer content. You will only get access to all of the monetization settings if your video is over 8 minutes long. And this is going to give you the most flexibility with ads and the best potential to make money from all the different types. The first type of ads are display ads, which are shown by default. These are the adverts that run alongside your content, so they don't actually play within the video player and they don't even interrupt your content at all. You then have skippable and non-skippable ads, which run before, during, and after your videos. To use the technical terms, these are called pre-roll, mid-roll, and post-rolls. And a combination of both skippable and non-skippable ads are key to generating the most revenue. It's true that people don't really love non-skippable ads, but it's 2023 and they're now an accepted part of the YouTube experience. And the fact of the matter is that these ads will make you more money. Now we're going to make sure that this box is ticked, which allows YouTube to add mid-rolls during your video. Pre-rolls and post-rolls are added automatically, but this option to review the placement of your mid-rolls is the one single method that you can use to pretty much double or even triple your YouTube earnings. Mid-rolls are the ads that play during your video, and once again, you don't get the option to customize these on videos under 8 minutes long. So on this next page, you can now place your mid-rolls wherever you like. There is the option to let YouTube automatically place your ads, which is actually pretty good, but we're going to place them manually. Just move the playhead to any point in the video, and in the top left, hit add break. So there you go, it's been added to the timeline. You can add as many breaks as you like, and with every new ad, you will make more money, but you also need to be careful. Always try to think of the experience of your viewers. If you're watching a show on Netflix, it would be really annoying if every 10 seconds an advert was popping up. So depending on the length of your content, think very carefully about the amount of ads that you add and place them in the most natural positions possible. For a 15-minute video like this, I wouldn't place more than 4 or 5 ads, and think about the timings very carefully. When you're watching TV, ad breaks are often placed on cliffhangers to make sure the audience return after the break. So think along the same lines with your YouTube video. You know your script, you know the natural pauses and transitions in your content, so use that knowledge to put your adverts in the best places. You can also check your analytics to find the best spots for ads on videos that are already live. Look for any peaks or spikes in your retention graphs and place ads at moments that people are enjoying the most. Places where retention is low in the graph are probably worth avoiding because nobody's watching those parts anyway. I also avoid putting any ads in the first minute because that just annoys me when I'm watching YouTube videos. It's a personal thing, you could try it if you want. And one last sneaky way to get an ad in there is to place one just before the end of your video. People tend to click away from videos when they feel like they're wrapping up, so they never actually make it to that automatic post roll. But by placing a break just before the video ends, somewhere around your outro, you might catch a few people out. It's a bit sneaky, but it does work to make some extra money. You can also edit the position of any ad in the timeline by clicking and dragging them around. And when I'm done, I'm just going to hit continue, then next, and we're now onto the second page of settings, which is all about ad suitability, which is another really important step. This is how YouTube starts to check that your content is safe for advertisers. Companies pay big money to have their products or services displayed on the platform, and there are just certain types of video that they don't want to be associated with. For example, any adult content, violent videos, or inappropriate language is not considered safe for advertisers because they won't pay for it. And that's actually a really important point to remember when you're planning and filming your videos. Less controversial content will make more money. On this page, YouTube now lets us self-analyze our content. So you do need to let them know if your videos include anything in this list, and you do need to answer this section very honestly. If you lie, your channel could get into trouble later on. You can read read more about what each one of these mean by opening up the menus. You also can't edit your answers after submitting, so make sure you get it right the first time. We don't have anything unsuitable in our content, it's just a tutorial, so I'm gonna go right down to the bottom and tick none of the above, and we've now rated our video as safe for ads, so I'm just gonna submit that rating. And I can now carry on filling out all of my upload info and settings, but we're not done with monetization yet. To start making even more money on YouTube, you need to be constantly analyzing your content and adjusting your ad strategy. If a certain video of yours is getting more views than normal, add more adverts and make more revenue. Once again, take a look at any spikes in your retention graph to see which sections people are watching the most, then open up your monetization menu and manage the mid-rolls. You can then add any extra ads to the places that people watch the most, or remove any ads from places where the retention is lower. Now, the steps that you just saw are going to help you make some more money, but there are a couple of other reasons why your earnings aren't even higher. And once again, it all comes down to the type of content that advertisers want to be associated with. The amount of money that you make from ads are based on two different numbers, your CPM and your RPM. CPM is your cost per mil, or how much an advertiser pays to play their ads on your videos. And your RPM is your revenue per mil, so how much you actually make per 1,000 views. These numbers will be different for every single channel, and it will vary from video to video as well, but the overall type of content that you make will determine your average CPM price. For example, a gaming channel that uses bad language will have a pretty low CPM compared to a family-friendly channel that makes toy reviews. A daily vlog channel might have an average CPM of around $3, whereas a channel about finance will be much higher, around $12 to $20. Makeup, retail, and technology channels also tend to have a high CPM, so when you start your channel, this is something to consider. Your CPM will also vary depending on where your audience comes from. Advertisers in countries like Norway or Germany will pay a lot more to reach their audience than advertisers in India, even though the audience of the latter is huge. So targeting the right topics in the right niche and the right audience all plays into your final revenue numbers. Now, if you want to make sure that your next video gets as many views as possible, you need to check out this video next, and I'll see you guys in the next one.